well. I'm driving, but I got my phone on a holding pedestal or those little clamps that you can clamp your phone in. Hope y'all can hear me well. Just I was thanking God on my way waking up, and I do that every day. I do not miss a beat because He don't have to wake you up, and a lot of people don't just give Him the glory. A lot of people don't thank Him, but I do, and I encourage you to thank Him. Allow Him to give you the strength, and allow Him to give you a peace of mind. Right now it's early morning. Now you have to change. You got to change your mindset when you wake up every day. That's why when I wake up every day, I ask God. I said, Lord, give me the mindset of Christ. How you doing, Boogie Time? You doing all right? If you can hear me well, type 1 in the chat. I want to make sure I'm far away from my phone, but I want to make sure if you can hear me good. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I got my phone on this little pedestal to hold it up. You know how you have those phone holders you put into your heating vent or whatever? That's what I got now. I just got it. Well, it's actually my wife's. I stole it from her. I'm well. I'm good. How about you? Thank you for joining my live. I usually don't do lives in the morning, but right now I'm headed to my job site, and I'm trying to get there on time because if I'll look bad as a owner, I'll look really bad as an owner. So I'm taking my time, but I'm getting there on time. If that kind of makes sense, I'm taking my time, but getting there on time. Yes, I know what you're talking about, the phone holder. Yeah, I normally don't even have them because when I was working my 9 to 5, they wouldn't allow us to use a phone when we were driving, especially a big truck. So I never bought one, and I never used my phone. Now this is my first time actually ever using a phone holder. When I get my directions, I usually have an earbud in, and it tells me which directions to go. But I can put my phone on a phone holder for the first time ever. I'm 46 years old, and I'm doing it now. I didn't think I would ever be able to do that. How are y'all guys doing? How you doing this morning? Let me know how y'all guys doing. Hopefully, if my phone don't, since I'm going through rural towns, my phone can possibly lose connection. So if I lose connection, guys, I apologize. I'm going to another town to do some concrete work, construction work. I just launched the construction thing like maybe a month ago. And the good thing about that is that when you own a business and your business is thriving, you can actually put other services into your business. I wanted to do construction at first. I said, man, I want to do it all. But that's not the case. You don't want to bombard yourself all at once. Because if you bombard yourself all at once, you'll get burnt out. So I don't bombard myself all at once. I figured out when you're running a business, you want to figure out what's working and what you can make a lot of money on. So I figured out what's working, guys. Like, for example, I'm good at a certain job site, right? And before you start a business, guys, I'm just going to share a really, really, really pro tip. Make sure you have an LLC. That's the first thing. When I left my 9 to 5, I said, I got to get an LLC. That's the first thing I did. I went and got my LLC. Now I could put like cars. I could put my cell phone is in my LLC. I got a business account with my cell phone company, AT&T, and that's in my LLC. I could put other things in my LLC. Now, if my phone, if I was to not pay my phone bill and my phone get cut off, it won't affect me personally. It'll affect my LLC. And then I can use it as a write-off. So, win-win. It's a win-win. I'm going to see. Service businesses are great startups. Absolutely, Justin Hunt. A service business is the best. It's a blue collar. And if you start... Okay. Some people start businesses like luxury business. Let me explain. There's a difference. Some people say, well, I want my own t-shirt company. Or I make crafts, I make gifts. I consider that as a side hustle. The reason why is because it's up and down. It's up and down. That's the bad thing about having a business like catering, selling t-shirts, making scented candles. Those type of businesses are considered side hustles. Now, the business that I'm talking about is where you doing a service, and they're gonna keep wanting you to come back over and over and over. And your service business, you're making thousands. I'm talking about thousands and thousands on top of thousands. Like this job I'm going to now, right? This job is a $4,000 job. $4,000. And I'm making this $4,000 job in roughly 6 hours of work. 6 hours of work, guys. 4,000. 6 hours, 4,000. That's the difference between a side hustle and a small business. So if you decide a small business, guys, get into a service base, a blue collar business. I'm going to say that again. Get into a service base or a blue collar business. What's that? What's a service based business? What's a blue collar business? Oh, I got the sun in my eyes. Oh. Sorry, guys, if I'm squinting. I got sun in my eyes. I'm driving. Went back east. There we go. Oh, it's going to come back again. But anyway, if you start a business, make sure it's a home service business. Well, I'm actually getting a garage door business. A garage door business, that is very lucrative. And the reason why I choose garage door business is because that everybody has an issue with a garage door. Everybody. Matter of fact, I got a garage door guy coming here in the next week to fix my garage. And that's a really profitable business. A garage door open business. Well, how do I get into the garage door open business? Well, Google, YouTube, how to repair garage doors. You don't have to have a certificate for that. I didn't have to have a certificate for landscaping. I'm in construction and I don't have a certificate for that. I am putting the right people in play. That's how you get really lucrative. You know, everybody got garage door issues. Everybody. Well, not everybody, but if you don't have a garage door issue, eventually you will. Because it's just one of those things where you use your garage door every time. I mean, I use my garage door at least several times a day. Hitting that button, raising it up and down, hitting that button up and down, up and down. Eventually get worn out, right? And that's why I choose to start a garage door company next year, not this year. I gave myself a year window. After I take this construction business to the next level, I'll do garage door. What I'm going to do is, I got the right people in play right now for my construction business. And it's a part of my landscaping business. I'm just using people that's better than me. That's another pro tip. When you start a business, and this is me leaving my 9 to 5. When I left my 9 to 5, I had to get somebody that was better than me really quick. I had to. I said, well, I need somebody that's going to point me in the right direction. So I talked to a business owner. I said, hey, you got this. What was it? He's actually a friend of ours. Well, we do business with him right now. He owns a flooring company. And he said, I went to him and I said, hey, how did you get your flooring company started? And he said, get you an LLC. Get you an LLC. He said it so many times. And I was like, give me an LLC. Then what? He says his bank account. I was like, okay, then what? Me, I ask a lot of questions. I ask millions of questions. And then he said, after you get your business bank account, get your business card. And I said, then what? And he said, then go do cold calling. And then I asked him that. What's cold calling? And he said, cold calling is where you go and knock on doors. You call people who has an issue with their service, or who in need of a service. And I said, I'm writing this down. We're in Walmart. I'm writing this down. So, after I wrote all that down, I took action immediately. I did not hesitate. After I went on vacation. When I left my 9 to 5, I put in my 2-week notice. One of my weeks, I went on vacation. I went on vacation for one of my weeks. My last week, I went on vacation. And then, if I lose signal with y'all guys, I apologize, because 30 minutes away. Maybe 30 to 40 minutes away. So back to what I was saying. I had to take action when I left my 9 to 5. I told my family, I said, as soon as we get off this vacation, I gotta get going. I gotta get going. My wife was like, I understand, get going. I said, I got to. And I am. When I land back into my town from the airport, I had that rolling around in my head the whole time on my flight back home. I said, I gotta get going. I gotta start my business fast. And then I started my business. The first 2 years, it took me only 2 years to hire somebody. 2 years to hire. The reason why it took me 2 years to hire is because It was new to me. I was a newbie. I was a rookie. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to run a business. After I caught on and I started knowing my pricing, as soon as I knew my pricing, I said, okay, I'm making this, I'm busy, I'm making money, I know my pricing, it's time for me to hire. It's time for me to hire my first employee. Well, I bought the business, right? And I knew I needed somebody who can help me run it. You can't do it by yourself. You can't singly build a business. You can, but you're only going to get to one certain level. Pro tip, you're only going to get to one level. You won't be able to scale unless you have some help. You need help to scale. Remember that, guys. You have to have help to scale. And I got to a certain point to where I said, okay, I'm making this money, but I can't take on no more work unless I bring in another person. And then that's when I brought a business partner. I talked to him and I said, hey, would you like to be 50-50 partners? And he said, yeah. And I said, what can you bring to the table? And he said, I can bring you 6 figures. I can bring you a 6-figure job on your first commercial. And I asked him, I said, I'll tell you what, if you could bring me my first 6-figure job on my commercial job, you could be my business partner. But you can't just stop right there. You have to keep bringing them. And he said, deal. He brought me my first 6-figure commercial. My first. And I signed him on. And me and him became partners. And he started bringing in heavy commercial jobs. Heavy. I had to get somebody better than me. I had to get somebody that was up there. That's how you're going to grow your business. Yeah, you're going to have to spend money. But I'll tell you one thing. Once you spend that money on getting somebody that's better than you, you will thank me in the long run. Your business will take it to the next level. That's what I had to do. I had to take it to the next level. And ever since then, when I took my business to the next level, I might have to put on my sunglasses. We had to hire, but I just didn't hire anybody. I had to hire somebody who was better than me and my partner. I had to hire somebody who was good at that position. He cost a lot, but I made a lot. He cost a lot of money for me to hire him, but I made a lot. I had to double down. When I hired him on, I said, wow, he's expensive. But God. And I said, Lord, give me open a floodgates of more businesses and opportunity. And God opened that floodgate. God opened that floodgate. After I did that for a year, every year I'm making a difference for myself. Every year I'm scaling. Because if I don't scale every year, then I'm going to be stuck. God brought you on earth just passing through. God brought you on earth to visit. So if you're visiting, Don't get comfortable. You got work to do. You put on this earth to do some work. Start implementing it. What do you mean by work? Start a business. Investing your money. I hope this resonated with somebody. If this resonated with you, type 1 in the chat. This guy got a lot of cows. He's a cow. This guy got so many cows. Gosh. He's got a lot of cattle. First thing you got to do is, and this is what every business owner is going to say. Business owner, guru, that's making millions. First, mindset. Mindset. I didn't understand that when a business owner came to me, he said, "How your mindset?" I was like, "Man, I ain't worrying about a mindset. I'm trying to make some money." And he said, "No, you got to have the mindset." I was eager. I was anxious. I said, "I have the mindset." And he said, "What's your why?" I said, "What's my what?" He said, "What's your why?" This will tell me if you have the mindset, if you could tell me your why. I said, "My why is why I can't make money." I was just being ignorant. I wasn't being on the level that he was. Until I learned the hard way. Until I learned he was right all along. Until I figured out mindset. What's your philosophy? My philosophy is put God first. It's something simple. That's my philosophy. So that's my philosophy. What's yours? Mindset is the greatest thing, guys. That's why Satan tries to take your mind. He wants to corrupt your mind. Mindset is everything. You got to have the right mindset. So, I just want to share that with you guys. The first thing to do is get your mindset. Okay, you keep saying mindset. What do you mean? How do I get my mindset ready for the business world? Start reading books. Start listening to podcasts of business owners who's already out there. That should be your mentor. Your mentor should be business owners who is already out there. Listen to every podcast you can. Let's read every book, aka podcast. Listen to all the podcasts that will better yourself as a business. That will help you. That's number one. Once you listen to podcasts to better your business, some engines is gonna start firing off in your head to where you're gonna wanna do a business. Some engines is gonna fire off in your head to where you're gonna get that motivation and you're gonna start implementing your business. That's the first thing. Read podcasts. Whatever business service you want to do, Google a podcast. For example, door repair. I would go to my podcast and I'll Google door repair companies. Matter of fact, I know one. His name is Tommy Mello. Pull up Tommy Mello on YouTube. Listen to him. And it's just not about podcasts. It's about other businesses too. He's not just about a garage door podcaster. He's also shows you how to implement a business, a full-scale business, and scale up. Listen to Tommy Mello. That's the first podcast I want to introduce you to. He puts your head in the right mindset. And another podcaster, E-Myth. Read the E-Myth book. It definitely puts your head in the right mindset. Once your head is in the right mindset, you can take it to the next level, guys. So I just want to share that with you guys. It's about mindset. Make sure once you get your mindset there, you can grow. Well, guys, I'm finna get ready to get off here. This is my time. And thank you for joining my live. And God bless. Take care.